Alright guys, welcome to Hinamatsuri's review series, the first episode. Like I said last video, if if you watched it, this was supposed to be 6 reviews in 1 week. Now, I don't think I explained, but like I have seen the 6 episodes, I just haven't reviewed them. So this is just me rewatching them and doing a review. When I review episode 7, that would be the first time I watched it, and the first review after that. So this is just me retreading the first episode again. And during the first episode, I was a little bit bored because I've seen it before. I've seen in the beginning. I was just like, yeah, it's kind of funny. And the part which why some people don't want to watch the show is because of the first minute, which is where Nita, the adult, he finds a girl in a cocoon type of pod, and after he pushes the button, the girl comes out and she's naked. So people think, oh, it's gonna be him perving over the girl, but that's not it. That's not really it at all. You see, what happened is it's a Terminator reference, which is where in Terminator the guy shows up to the past naked, and people think, oh man, it's those Japanese series where the guy's perving after the fucking 13-year-old, and yeah, it appears that way, but it's a Terminator reference. Which, if you watch the ending post-credit scene, we have another Terminator reference where Nita he accidentally gets himself trapped into her cocoon, and after spending all night there and pissing himself, he comes out of it in that Terminator pose, and it's just like they both have a Terminator reference. Now, this show does like to make its references, as I've seen in the past six episodes. But in this episode, you see Nita. He's a very guy. He's kind of like a bachelor. He loves his things. He loves his vases. He has a really weird fascination with vases and the expensive stuff and just having a good life. And then like he meets a girl and he doesn't want to take care of her, but like he doesn't never say he doesn't want to. He just says, "Why me and why should I?" And she just says, "Because I felt like being here." He's like, "Okay." And then after he starts taking care of her, he actually ends up liking her, even though Hina, she is kind of a brat. Kind of, she kind of just threatens him to take care of her, or else she's gonna break his shit. And she does though. She breaks all of his shit by purpose, and by next time by accident. And by both times, by the second time where Hina destroys his room, he actually doesn't say "get out of my life." He actually says, like right after Hina breaks his shit, he says, like she asks, "Are you gonna make me dinner?" And he says, "Yeah, just give me a minute." So it's kind of like he already got used to her being at home, which is so odd. So uh, let's see what happens next. Hina goes into middle school after she's been watching TV nothing but all day, and there is this thing in Japanese culture where they call you by your last name. Just in also some schools, but most of the time, everybody, including the students, call you by your last name. In America, students call you by your first name, teachers by your first/last name. They switch it up. But in Japan, they always call you by your last name, everybody. So when the teacher says Nita, she's like, "No, it's like that guy here," and like, teacher says, "No, no, wait, is that your last name?" She's like, "Yeah." "Oh, right, yeah, yeah, that's my last name. Yes, I am Nita," and it's like really funny. So a couple of themes that I noticed was that it's just that the only thing I really want to talk about is the last scene, where the first half of the show, it's just so polite. It's some funny scenes of them just being equating as father and daughter. Hina says, "Get me some clothes." Nita says, "Okay, let's go shopping." And then she says, "Oh, I want this. I want the expensive cup because it has a funny handle. I like it, even though it costs like $15. I don't want that cheap cup, not because it's cheap, but because it's has a stupid handle on it. And I don't just want these clothes. I want all these clothes." And he's like, "Are you trying to make me go bankrupt? Like the fuck?" And like it's just very funny because that's actually how daughters are with their fathers, where like they want everything and their dad buys it for them. Like even though they hate it, they still buy it. And it's like he has the, I mean like he has the money. We're not sure how much money he has, but at the very start of the episode, we see him talking on the phone about buying a $2 million vase, and he says, "All right, cool. That's such a great buy." Like he's buying a luxury. His luxury item is a $2 million vase. So I think from that alone, you can tell he has money to spare. It's just he's not very wasteful. He's wasteful when he wants to be, to where you see how he gets mad when she leaves the TV on because he's like, "Ugh, that's wasteful," and it is. You turn on the TV if you're going to sleep, but I guess a vase you can just drop 2 mil. I don't know. So I'm pretty sure after she trashes his apartment, he has to go, fix it up, and then by the end of the episode, he's making her breakfast, and she says, "Hey, did you remember to buy organic ingredients by any chance?" Anita says, "No, I'm not gonna apologize for like being on a budget." And I'm like, "Wait, so are you on a budget, or do you have money for $2 million vases, or did buying the vase and fixing your apartment after she blew it up just run you dry?" And you're now on a budget. And I think that's really funny how, in the first day of having a daughter, she wastes all of his money, and now he's forced to actually be a parent and manage out his money to where he's not going to have the luxuries of getting organic shit. To where, like, even though they had a job of to where like they got a lot of money, they still had to save it up because his apartment cannot be cheap. That nice ass apartment is not cheap. There's no way. So anyway, a couple life lessons and good scenes in the show are when Nita takes Hina on a job to go get trees and to make good lumber, and he tells him, "Okay, I need you to go use your powers, or else like you're gonna explode or something." And Hina says, "Hey, a lot of adults I've known have used my powers just to get things that they want." And Nita doesn't finish his sentence, but he was basically going to say, "You're right. I'm not going to use you to do my own work. This is my work. It's my problem." So he was going to say, "I'm not going to ask you to use your powers for me. I will let you use your powers how you want to be used." But he got interrupted and had a phone call. Near the end of the episode, Nita has to go take care of a Yakuza boss all by himself. He was talking shit about a Yakuza member, saying like how he could take him on by himself, but the boss misunderstood him. He was talking about how he has to go take care of his daughter, but his boss thought, "Oh, my man says he can go take care of my enemy all by himself. All right, go ahead." And so apparently, Nita has been slacking off of work, and the boss thinks, "Okay, to prove that you're not a fuck up, how about you go take care of my rival like you said you would, all by yourself since you're so badass, and go do it to go prove to go prove your worth, or else you're dead." So the episode really takes a really good shift of tone here, where like the first half it was so pleasant, and now this half is just so realistic. Nita is just so just like he's so lost. Like, how am I gonna take care of 50 armed men and a boss by myself and make it out alive? And I respect him so much in this episode because he doesn't once blame Hina for all of his mistakes. Like he says, like he basically says, like, "I'm an adult. I made my choices. I'm gonna take it to heart. There's no one to blame here but me." And Hina says, "I can help you with your mission. Like, I can take care of these people. I've eliminated people before. Just hand me orders and I can take care of your issue for you." And Nita says, "No, you're a kid. Be a kid. These are my issues. It's not your life. This is my life. This is what I do. Even though it's a suicide mission, let me handle it." And Hina says, "You know what? You're right. It's not your orders, but I want to. And I'm doing this because I like you. plain and simple. I like the time we spent together. I like being around you, so I'm gonna help you on your mission, even though you don't want me to. And even though it's a good message that it just really is a lesson that like you want kids to learn that you shouldn't have to tell kids to really do things. You have to instill within them something to do it by themselves. Basically, Hina isn't selfless. She's not being selfish. She's being very selfless and actually helping out Nita because she likes the time that they spend together. And if this job means that we can spend more time together, she's going to do that job. And it's a very great change of character in the first episode. I think it's so good. And it's like you think that Hina is gonna actually murder 50 men, but she just pushes him out the window, and they all say "ouchie, ouchie, ouchie," and it's just so funny. It's so good. And yeah, so I'm gonna be continuing with episode 2 sooner or later, and keep watching the show. Download Funimation, sub on Crunchyroll, leave a comment if you're watching the show too. It's really good.